And now for the conclusion. This is part 2. This is the spice of life. I do appreciate people that are that do respect privacy, your business, my business, your business, her business, his business, they business. I appreciate people like that. We embrace them. Also, people that are mature. To me, a person that is that way is mature and that cares about you as a person, because a person that is that way is going to care about you and be respectful of you. So those are the people that I am drawn to. But not to say I'm not drawn to anyone. I am. I get, just like Christopher mentioned earlier about giving the benefit of the doubt. It was hard for me to do that at first, but now I've matured. I see how much of a mental relief for me that is to give a person benefit of the doubt and not assume. So
it takes work. It takes
it
work. You know, takes work. Anything you want to get good at and want to do, it takes work. So you got to keep practicing at it, working on it. It's like sharpening a knife. When you use it, you still have to keep it sharpened.
Yes. Yes.
Or it dulls.
Yeah, that's true. It does.
So, and there's layers of it, because initially when you first talk to someone or first chat with someone, you what you say and how you reveal yourself, it's just going to be surface conversation. It should be.
Exactly.
That's going to be a different conversation from if you, let's say, for instance, it's just you and your friend talking.
Yeah.
So me and John or Bill or whoever talking, that's a different. I just met him, and then it may be John from work. Then it may be John, someone that I've known a long time. Then it may be John that, man, once in a while me and him hang out, or me and his family, our family hang out. So there's different conversations depending on where you are in those relationships. And by then you'll know, okay, if I say this is between me and John or me and Angela or whoever, and you feel confident about it. But regardless, have to be careful, evaluate that. Because in some cases, when that gets out somewhere, that's on you.
Yeah.
That person kind of may have showed you some hints of who they were a while back. You just missed it.
That's true.
And now it's no longer your business. It's everybody's business.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I'm just talking about stuff that you say, I just that's something usually I keep between me and my wife, or, that a lot of people don't know about that, or, just something. And then you like upset that but you like, wow, I should have known. I should have known. Yeah. Sometimes things are surprising. You be like, whoa. And we forget other people are connected.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Sometimes you forget, oh, this person is friends with that person. I didn't even know that. I wasn't that. So it's good to be observant of that before you say something.
Absolutely true. You have to be observant. But also you have to say in your mind too, before you say anything, is what I'm saying to this person, if they are connected to this individual or person, would it, first of all, should I say it? How would they receive it? Also, if they are connected, will they go and say something? Will I have a big mess on my hands? And how would that affect my reputation? Because with people that you don't know, if they go and say something to other folks, especially if they're very close to them, I would say this, even as a friend to that person, I don't want the person that I am getting to know to feel bad. So if what I'm saying to them is going to hurt their feelings, why should I say anything?
Or make them feel bad.
Why should I say anything about that?
No
why? Need. There's no need to, because you care and you love this person. You don't want them to feel a certain way. Now,
awkward. Yeah.
Now, if it's something that's really bad and they are really, if it's going down to slander from what you have to do you got to correct them.
You got to stop them probably if you see it going that way. Like, whoa, whoa,
Stop
whoa, whoa,
them.
whoa,
Like,
whoa.
hey,
Yeah,
hold, yeah.
yeah.
Correct them, because at least when you correct them,
Sometimes people don't even know.
yeah,
Like, oh, you get head down a slippery slope,
yeah,
detour.
exactly. Like,
No,
hold up, don't, wait. No, 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 no. You're not,
that's a song too. No, 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 no. No. Told you.
because what's gonna happen is if that get to the other person, there be a fight or somebody get hurt out of that, just because you are that mediator there that went and told.
And you do think about it. Don't you want people? Some people are insecure about friendships, relationships, so they could create friction and dynamics. But the way you want to be, you want, even if somebody you good friends with and this is a new you want them to be cool too. You want to keep the dynamic cool, because if
Yes.
you are, listen, don't get insecure about another person that's a friend, because you are who you are, and true friends are going to like you for you. If you just be yourself, you hope that people don't make assumptions, people don't overthink this. I'm comfortable with them, they comfortable with me, I trust them, they trust me, and then boom, now you're in a friendship. And if that balance stays that way, even if other friends come in and out, whatever, you shouldn't trip on that. That's where people go wrong. Sometimes another friend can come in and people lose their mind, man. They start creating all kind of friction. Now you got some unpeace, and you can damage your own friendship because you're overthinking or insecure about it, the fact that there's some other friend being formed. Get to know that person, build a friendship with that person. Obviously, it may be somebody that's good. If your friend that you get along with can get along with that person, don't you think, okay, obviously, that's it. That's okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 is a crowd. Friend, it doesn't matter. There's no limit. We're social creatures. We're created that way. We're made to be social to a certain degree. We all got our mental thinking and challenges. Where I know me, Angela will tell you, I need some alone in a second, like peace. But that don't mean I don't want to have good,
Yeah.
healthy friendships.
Yeah. Also, as far as that, when you're married, like Christopher is the person I'm talking to. He knows the business.
I know her business, my business.
But it's like, I'm just saying that I'm saying that to say this. I have so much going on in my life throughout the day, throughout every moment, to be on the phone chatting it and just going back and forth on the phone with anybody. In fact, I just don't have the time. I got too much going on there. And
Right.
Chris is the same way. We're not in anybody's business but ours. So as a married couple, you pretty much us got a lot going on. We got a lot
Yep.
of business, to tend to be in anybody else's business.
Right.
Like, I don't got time to be in anybody else's business because I'm trying to handle my business. I just don't have the time for nobody else's business. I know that probably sounds interesting, but I'm here to help, to support. I'm not here to be nosy. I don't have time to be nosy. I don't want, and a lot of stuff is like, sometimes people get to talk and you're like, I didn't need to hear that. I don't want to hear that. But they continue on and on and on about stuff that was TMI, too much information for me. System overload.
That's why you try to stop them if you can, if you see it coming. Because you don't want to get there. Yeah.
System overload for sure, but it's like that. That's what that's the way I think of it for me personally. But at the same time, protecting my space, protecting my peace. I don't do a lot of questioning to people. If you know me, I don't sit there and ask you a ton of questions. I don't, I just don't. That's just my personality. I don't sit there and ask you a ton of questions unless I have to. Yeah. But I talk to you, but sometimes I feel a little awkward in conversation because I don't know what to say, I'll probably go with the flow of a conversation unless I really, really, really know you. I'm pretty much a listening ear, or I'll kind of chime in a little bit if I have some information to put in there. I'm just your typical introvert.
She's just along for the ride.
Yes.
Now, if she know you know you like me, she know me.
Yeah.
I have to be. I'm okay. I've developed being a good listener.
Yeah.
It's a good skill to have. So yeah, just be able to do both. Really, that's a good person, a friend I talk to. Someone that has really great listening skills.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say listening skills, I don't mean staring in somebody's face and don't hear nothing they're saying. There's some people that's masters at that. Believe it or not, they can look at your tonsils and you just say, "Could you repeat one word I said?" And they be like, "Oh."
Yeah.
And then there's some people that sincerely listen. Then there's some people that look like they're not listening, but they listening to you. So it's all kind of listeners. But the best thing to do is try to be an active listener, which means that when I'm speaking or when you're talking to me, that I'm actively listening, and I'm not like this. I'm actually listening to you,
Yeah.
involved. Like, yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. Letting you know I'm hearing you. Maybe even repeat a couple of words. Like, so you went down the hill. That's you actively listening and engaging the person. That will make the person more likely to listen to you,
Yeah.
value your opinion, shows that you care, all those things. But it takes a lot of skill to be an active listener.
Yeah. It does. It does. And patience. It takes patience. And also humility too, because when you're listening, you're humbling yourself to
Right.
listen to someone, and you're not prone to just break into the conversation and
Right.
say your piece, and then not, because some people sincerely just need a listening ear.
Mm-hmm.
They're going through a lot, just need someone to talk to or bounce things off of. But also too, if they trust you, they know that, hey, I can trust. Or if they, even if sometimes what, and it depends on the person, if they don't know you, some people just really need to talk to someone, and they don't know you, but sometimes that's safe for them because they don't know you are the neutral party, we'll say that. You're looking at this at a level that nobody else could, because they're explaining themselves to you and they just need some help, they need some advice. So that is another thing. But also too, you need to keep their business to yourself and things that they say to you, you don't go out and say it, because I'm telling you, in this day and time, there's so much going on. People need folks that they can trust and talk to without worrying about it getting out. So, yeah, that's another situation, or a different, a view into, someone not knowing a person and they're talking to them. Now, me personally, it takes a lot for me to go there for somebody somebody I don't know, unless I'm talking about something, not something like really personal, but something that, I can talk to people, especially if they've dealt with the same thing that I have. Like if we, like one situation I can say, dealing with the death of a child. Yeah, I've lost a child. So if I
That's
know
another
someone,
whole show too.
if I know somebody that's, if they're talking about, if they bring it up, I'm going to talk about that, even though I don't know the person, but I'm not going to tell, going way deep and give them every little inch of the of information, but just talk about things that help me, or they'll tell me what things help them to get past it. Some people think that hey, I can't talk about that to anybody. I need somebody I know that care before I get that personal. But for me, it depends on the subject. Like that subject, I would talk about because that's something that affected me, really affected me. so, so yeah,
How do you feel?
I feel good.
See, I was an active listener. She had
Yeah,
something she needed to get off her chest. No, I'm just playing. So, but yeah, that's what it's really all about. Just being there for a person, building networks, almost networks and friendships. And they're slightly different to some degree, but just look to try to do things to help keep a balance, not to hurt anyone, not to tear down, not to create stress or drama. Because in the end, it'll come back to burn you. In the end, it can affect things in a negative way. I was listening to a story about these two cousins that did something to a other cousin. They had created this fake account because they were jealous of the other cousin that was married, and they weren't. And they created a fake account, and the other cousin thought it was another person, and it was their cousins, and they was interacting. But to make a long story short, they put the one that the cousin they was jealous of, those other two, in a bad position when they got in trouble with the police and all kind of crazy stuff. And one of them wound up, doing something that wasn't so good because they just initiated that because of their jealousy, and because of what that one they were jealous of did. Those other two, life was changed in a negative way. And I know I'm kind of like not being very direct, but I'm just trying to give you an example of just because of insecurities or jealousy or envy, you can destroy, hurt, or damage a dynamic, whether it's friends or family.
Yeah.
And it's not a win in the end, even if we think we're doing something clever. The best thing to do in most cases, I mean, somebody could have hurt you. You'd be like, man, this happened and that hurt. And then a friend be like, oh man, I'm sorry that happened. They may not, like, again, they may not say nothing bad about the other person, which is the best way to do, but they care and they're sorry
Yeah.
that happened to you. And they try to support that and move on instead of pushing and creating things that can make it worse.
Yeah, because what do you get from a negative? You get another negative. There's nothing positive that will come out of situations like that. Yeah. So
and if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. So that never is a good thing, period. So, yeah.
That was bad. Like the story, man, it was bad. And because of what they did, just to say, and I hate talking about stuff like this, but the other person, because of what they did, lives was affected, lives were lost. I say it like that. So that's all started because of jealousy of a dynamic of friendships of cousins, between cousins, and they were family too.
Yeah, that's sad.
So yeah, I know that's kind of extreme, but you'd be surprised how simple little things and just damage stuff going on and on.
Yeah, you mentioned something that is important to bring out, which is jealousy, envy, and envy when it comes to talking to people. Because
that gets confused with, oh, they don't like me.
Yeah, but some people can hide it really well. And you're there talking to them, telling them stuff, and you not know that they got some deep undercover, under the cuffs, hate for you, or envy, or jealousy for you.
See you in another way that
Yeah, especially when you think otherwise. And there's nothing you on the receiving end of this, not even knowing that you said something to someone that have these type of feelings or emotions, negative emotions like that towards you, and they use that information to their benefit. So how do you get past that? How do you? Because if you think about it and you're on that receiving end of that, and they go out and tell certain people even though I would say in that perspective, you'd be like, lesson learned. Like, you have to change your whole way of thinking about someone,
it does make you more skittish.
Yeah.
And that's why I say it starts at a very young age. Whatever kind of dynamic and experience you experience with friends and family and all that at a very young age starts crafting how you are. If you're less sociable or quiet, it could be just from dealings with interesting people, kids or whatever, early in life. And that's even with just not even like you getting to a point where you're just telling somebody your personal business, just in beginning conversations. Like me, in beginning conversations, if I see you're making it difficult for me to communicate with you, it's already hard. Like, it's not an easy thing always for me. I may say it and talk in ways they think it's easy, like, oh, but the reaction that I'm getting and the behavior I'm getting, I don't know if I'll shut down, but I definitely will draw back because I don't want no trouble, man.
Exactly. And you gave an example there's an example that I remember. This little story that I saw on, I think it was on YouTube. And this is a real story of a lady that and they was friends since school. Needless to say, that she didn't know that her best friend or her bestie had this undercover deep jealousy for her. I mean, it went on for years and she had no clue. She was so, I mean, she loved her friend, you know, she didn't know she was going behind her back, you know, talking about her or, you know, just being very manipulative. But as adults, I'm gonna wind it up. As
Come back to
adults,
them adults.
the lady that she found out about what she was doing, and
How did she find out? You know,
I think ended up coming back to her of some things that this person said. I mean, even going down to taking, you know, she wanted what she wanted. You know, she thought the friend thought that she was beautiful. She didn't think of herself as beautiful. You know, so she wanted. It is an envy. That's
envy and
envy. She wanted,
insecurity,
yeah. So
and people don't see themselves so way. So it's shocking when you hear that. When you hear somebody's envious of you or insecure of you, you like, I don't, you know, I'm not. Most people are not stuck on themselves, so they're shocked. Like, what?
yeah, I think it got back to her from somebody else, like from another friend, that what she was
Did they
doing.
verify?
Well, they was like, no, she's not like that. But still, when somebody telling
Right.
you something, you keep that in the back of your
Right,
head.
right.
And things started adding up for her. Well, one day, and as adult, they're like young adults now. Her friend, because she had something that happened, I think she went off on the friend, and she said, you know what? I'm getting tired of her treating me like this, because she got to a point where she was treating her disrespectfully, and she was like, you know, we can't. I got to break off the friendship. Other person that was envious poured some acid on her face. I mean, she didn't know she didn't know. I mean, it was bad. I was like, oh.
You said acid, not ashes.
Acid.
Oh,
and I thought that
that's
was
terrible.
Yeah, that's bad. It's like,
and these supposed to be friends?
friends. I'm just saying, be careful with people that you don't know. You do not, and you think you know. But it's like there were several red flags when we when I was listening to. I'm like, huh? You see other people from outside see the red flags. So if there are red flags, because obviously if this person going back talking to others and they saying, hey, you know, some people give you clues and hints. Just be mindful of that. Not to say, you know, that these people are telling you, and no more, and these folks don't connect at all, you know. So, you know, these red flags are truly red flags, and it's not that they're just bashing someone or talking bad about someone. Obviously, this person is going back talking bad about you or spreading your business. Like every time you say something to them, it gets back like, how did you know this person know all that, you know? But just be careful and mindful of that, because to me, I thought that this person was shown like red flags at the time, but still they trusted this person with information that, you know, or anything that they were doing, period. You know, they hung out with them. So it's like, you got to be careful about people that want to be you. They want they want what you have. They're jealous and envious of what you have. They want what you have, or they are manipulative. You know, we're in these times now, folks are that got some mental stuff going on. That could be a mental disorder going on, that they want they want to live your life because they think that you have a better life than they do. You got to be careful about that. But then too, there are good people out there. There are people, let me change this. There are very good people out there. But I'm just referencing to this true story that I saw, that, you know, I saw on, I think it was a YouTube
Lifetime.
It could be, I don't know if they could have made it into a movie. That is a movie. I'm telling you, that is so deep that it could be a movie, you know. But
I mean, it's almost sound real life stuff, man.
Now that was real life, and I was you know, and to this day I think the lady that, you know, that happened to, she's really made a positive life for herself. You know, she took the negative, made it positive. She's, you know, even though she's having to live with that for life, you know, because it's really not, you know, no, she can do the reconstructive, you know, facial surgeries. Of course, I
That's
know.
what they're going through. They probably did that.
But end up the friend or the so-called friend did get arrested. They did go to prison for that. But just be careful out there, everybody. Just be careful. You know.
And sometimes that's another thing, because people are pretty private and they're not going to tell their business. They could be going through something, and you could take it personal, and it's because they're not saying a lot of their business. You'd be surprised of crazy stuff that people are dealing with. And depends on where you are in their friendship list or relationship or trust or whatever. You may or may not be aware, and then how they're acting makes more sense.
Exactly.
But because you're just trying to know a person and they acting weird, the best thing to do, unless you know, just kind of back up.
Yeah.
And maybe down the road you'll hear something, be like, that makes sense. Sometimes stuff get revealed later.
Yeah. And I totally agree with that, because people are not going to reveal. Yeah, they've,
you don't know all of their business.
You do not know
which is
what
fine.
they're going through.
You want to know everybody's business. Me, I don't.
But continue to be a nice person. Continue to be a friend to that person. Don't take it personally. Let's say that. Don't take it personally.
Sweet.
Just continue on and support that person whatever way that you can. But yeah, I'm saying
yes.
Just
like she said, don't take it personal.
Yeah, that's another song. Remember we talked about different. You say anything could be made into a song.
Yeah, it is. Like when you were saying, I didn't want to cut across you.
That's actually two songs. You sung one, but Monica has one.
Well,
don't take it personal. But you're singing Jermaine Jackson.
That
version.
one is. I see. But when you were saying, as friendships are, when people tell business or say certain things, you got to be willing to take all of them. All of them, nothing. And when she said that earlier, I was like, all of me. Why, all of you.
I do. I remember. Now, who sang that song?
John Legend said.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I'm not.
Beautiful song.
It's not. I can't put all in perfection. I can't. He goes. The man can sing. So different. Don't. Okay, here we go. Don't judge me.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful song.
If we friends, don't judge me. Anyway, guys, we've had a great time. This is kind of like a part 2.
Yeah, this is a part 2. We didn't realize we were going to go on this long.
Spice. Oh.
Yes.
This is Chris, man.
And I am Angela.
Any thoughts? That was it? That was,
Yeah, I just concerned about people that are on the receiving end of negativity when it's really not any of their fault at all.
Yeah, but that comes back to the business thing, like, because the subject is talking about my business. Brother, you on the receiving end, brother, it's negative. You have to decide two parts: the receiving and the giving end.
Yeah.
When it comes to business, do you want to hear everybody's business? Are you the kind of person that talk a lot about others or about yourself? All those things you have to be able to judge and weigh when it comes to your business.
Exactly.
Because if you're like that and you talk too much, then it ain't my business no more. It's everybody's business.
Exactly. Just take it as it is what it is. What did I learn from this? And then act accordingly. So that's exactly what you have to do. That's all you can do.
Keep it stepping, keep it moving.
Exactly. And for those that are hearing the business, know when to step in and do some corrections, or just stop the nonsense. Just stop.
And if somebody trying to give you the business, get out of there.
Yes. Give you the business.
This is another episode from Spice Life. This is Chris.
This is Angela. We will be talking to you soon. Have a great, wonderful day, guys. Bye-bye.